Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, May 13th, and we are on our third day of continuing our 2D shape packet review, okay? So today we will be doing 2 pages as well, just like we have the last 2 days. We're gonna be doing 2D shape sides, 2D shape corners, graphing 2D shapes, and color the shapes, okay? So let's start with the 2D shape sides. Our instructions or directions say count the number of sides and color the correct box, okay? So we're gonna be looking at each shape and we're gonna be looking at the sides. Remember the sides are the flat parts of the shape, okay? So the first one we have is an oval. Do we see any flat sides in the oval? I don't think we do. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the 0, okay? Shade in that box really nicely. Again, you guys can do it with colored pencils, a regular pencil, crayons, or markers, okay? And I'm gonna do another one with you guys. This is a trapezoid. So remember, we are counting the number of sides. It is underlined right here. We're doing number of sides, okay? So let's see. Remember, we put those lines on the sides to make sure we get them all, okay? And we don't get confused. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many sides do we have? Do we have 4, 5, or 6? Let's count our lines again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 sides on a trapezoid. We're gonna go ahead and color that in. Okay, so you guys are going to be doing the same thing, counting the number of sides and marking those sides with a line so we don't get lost and we keep track of the number of sides we have. We're gonna do it with a triangle, hexagon, pentagon, rhombus, heptagon, octagon, and a decagon, okay? These are all shapes that we haven't really gone over, okay? But we've done this row, okay? These are new to us. The heptagon, octagon, and decagon. So on this side we have 2D shaped corners. On this one it was sides, now we're doing corners, okay? So here you go, it says count the number of corners and color the correct box. So we're doing the same thing we were doing on this side, but now we're counting corners. Remember, corners are where the 2 sides meet, okay? And they make that vertice, that fancy word, vertice, okay? So let's do, I'm gonna go ahead and do a hexagon, okay? So a hexagon, we're gonna circle, instead of putting lines like we did with sides, we're gonna do circles, okay? We're gonna circle where the 2 edges meet. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did we have? Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 corners in a hexagon. So we're gonna color that in nicely. Excuse my scribbled hand. All right, and then I'll go ahead and do a decagon as well, okay? So again, we're gonna circle where they meet, okay, the point. So here we go, let's start it off at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many do we have? Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 corners in a decagon. Okay, so there we go. And deca, just so you guys know, is 10, like a decade. There are 10 years in a decade. And there are 10 corners in a decagon. What do you think? How many corners do you think we have in an octagon, a heptagon? Okay. So go ahead and finish the rest of these on your own. Remember, we are counting corners on this side and we are doing sides on that side. Now we're gonna flip the page over. And here we have graphing 2D shapes. This one's gonna be fun. So it says, create a graph by coloring a box for each 2D shape. Okay, so we are looking at all the shapes that we have down here. So we have triangle, circle, square, rectangle, and pentagon. So let's start with the triangle first. I'm gonna go ahead and start, and I'm going to color in my triangles so I know how many triangles I have. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do I have any other ones that I'm missing? I'm gonna double check each row. That is it. So how many do I have? I have 4. Okay, so it says color a box for each one. So just like I colored 4 triangles, I'm gonna color 4 boxes to show that I have 4 triangles in this little box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing. You guys can either do it the same color, you can do a different color for each shape, okay? And then at the end, I want you guys to figure out by looking at the graph, what shape did we have more of, okay? So again, we have this triangle, the circle, square, rectangle, and pentagon. That is what you're looking for to see how many boxes we need to fill for each part of the graph, okay? So our next one is color the shapes. So it says color the shapes using the key below. We did one of these a couple days ago on Monday, I believe, okay? But we were just looking for 2D shapes. On this one, it is asking us to color 2D shapes red, and here it's asking us to color 3D shapes blue. You guys did a packet on 3D shapes a couple of weeks ago, okay? So this is kind of a little review and a little refresher for you guys, okay? So I'm gonna go, I already have my blue marker here, so I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a red marker. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my 2D shapes first. So it says color the shapes using the key below. So again, remember, the 2D shapes are flat. They don't stick out like the 3D shapes, okay? So I'm looking for all my flat shapes, my 2-dimensional shapes. So here we go. Here's one. I'm gonna color it in nicely. And this is a rhombus. Okay, so every time you color one, I want you guys to say the name of the shape. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more. Here we have a rectangle. Okay, I want you guys to color it nicely. And remember, 3D shapes also have faces. So just like this, we have faces here. Our cube has faces. Okay, so that'll help you determine if they're 2D or 3D shapes. All right, now we're gonna go in with our blue and we're gonna color in our 3D shapes. So here we have a cube. We have faces, okay? It looks like a box, right? So it's a 3D shape. I'm gonna go ahead and outline it, and then I can color it in. So we have a cube. And I'm also going to look around and see what other one I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and color this one because I know this is a cone, and it looks like, remember that song that we used to do on the board, the 3D shape song? It looks like a party hat. And go ahead and color it blue as well, because it is a 3D shape. So I want you guys to do the rest of the circles. Remember, you're gonna do 2D shapes red and 3D shapes blue. So if you want, you can go ahead and find all the 2D shapes first, and then you can find the 3D shapes after, okay? So that's what we're gonna do on this page. So keep up the good work, guys. Tomorrow, we are going to be reviewing with videos, okay? So I hope you guys had fun graphing and coloring in the shapes. We'll see you tomorrow.